This film is loosely based on real people. लड़के जब एक्शन सुनते ना थोड़े पागल हो जाते हैं, तो अगर इसने तुझे धरा ना तो तू भी एक लगा देना. I think वो हवा लग गई मुझे बम्बई की. Vidyut is really like the action star, I would say. Like in India, he's really like the answer to the action, the quintessential action hero.
On Spotboy today, we have beautiful and bold Ahana Kumra, who is set for her third release within this lockdown. It was Marzi, Betal, and now Khuda Hafiz. Ahana, how excited are you?
I think pretty excited. This is my first film in the year, and obviously, I think it's been a good lockdown because, having 3 releases, I just feel grateful to the universe. In fact, I have 2 releases on 14th. I have my play also releasing on 14th, which is called One on One Unlocked.
Okay.
And film releasing on 14th. So, it just couldn't have been better than this. I really couldn't have asked for anything else.
So, I think the year is really good for you in terms of work.
I guess so. It obviously shows that when you work hard and then you work relentlessly and you work continuously, you reap the benefit.
Yeah. Right. So, Ahana, firstly, tell me, we hear that again you will be seen doing some action scene in the film. Tell us about that.
Khuda Hafiz is a film about, a man, Samir, who loses his wife, Nargis, to flesh trade. He sends his wife overseas to work, and she gets abducted, and then the entire film's premise is about the chase, the hunt, literally like trying to find his wife,
right.
And he's help from the authorities in in that country. So it's a country in the Middle East, and I play an officer, and This film is loosely based on real people who Farooq seems to know. So this film, Farooq had written a few years ago, and then he was trying to make it. And my character's name is Tamina Hamid. She's an Arabic cop. So I'm wearing a hijab in the film, and I'm speaking Arabic, and even my Hindi is accented, in an Arabic accent.
Okay.
And yeah, there is a lot of action because this film is, I won't say it's an out-and-out action film, but it has, a lot of fantastic action sequences. And I got very lucky with this film. I'm grateful to Farooq and Apurva for, casting me in the film. And because I really got the opportunity to learn action, and perform stunts myself. And I also got to learn Arabic, which I think is a very difficult language.
Okay.
And, it has been quite. It was uncomfortable, but I think it was worth every struggle and every all the hard work that I did put into the film.
How much time did you took to learn Arabic? As you said, it was not easy. Obviously, it would have not been an easy thing. So, how did you learn it, and how much time did you take?
Well, I didn't take too long because I was the last person to be cast on the film. I was cast a week before they flew into Uzbekistan and shot the film. So I got a week to learn, my script, whatever. So we basically whatever bits that I had to speak in Arabic, those had to be really wo mujhe pukta karne pade because it's really not an easy language. So there was a professor, his Oman, and he is a professor in Kalina University in the University of Mumbai, and he came over and he basically speaks. He's an Arabic teacher, so he came and sat me down and asked me to he first of all translated everything for me, and we would do rehearsals and we would speak again and again, and then after which he sat me down and asked me to learn how to speak the Hindi in Arabic, because there are a lot of Arabs speak Hindi, but obviously it's a little accented. It's accented Hindi. But I think Farooq also was very helpful because when we did readings, Farooq would often speak to Shiv Pandit and me in in an accent, in a Hindi, but it was an Arabic accent. So we didn't feel out of place, or we didn't feel like, oh my god, why is this sounding so strange? But because I think Farooq knew his characters completely in and out, So it was very easy for Farooq to kind of literally handhold us, and if we had any issues, like, we would always go up to him, or and chat with him about our characters or our speech. So yeah, I think it was quite a good learning.
Vidyut is also part of the film, and Vidyut is known for his action scenes on screen, so obviously, and off screen also we see him doing some stunts. So what kind of stunts he used to perform when you guys used to shoot for the film?
I don't think Vidyut was performing any stunts. I think he's a very, I didn't know Vidyut at all before we started shooting. And of course, I knew him as Commando because that's something that he has created for himself. He's a, the franchise Commando. So the minute he walked into the reading, I was like, oh, Commando's here, It just kind of came out because I think Vidyut is like, I think a really nice guy, I mean, more than anything else, I think I'm a really good friend in Vidyut because he really looks out for you. He watches out for you. That I think what was really nice was that, that he, he would always like have something or the other to like, like some advice or some tip while, we were even practicing our sequences. Vidyut is really like the action star, I would say. Like in India, he's really like the answer to the action, the quintessential action hero that we didn't have for a very long time. I think he's really like very good with his body. He's somebody who's, he's not built his body overnight. He's really taken a long time to build his body through, and he's a vegetarian, so something. Yeah, and I was like, well, you're vegetarian? How have you built a body like that? It was one of those things. But that's what I really like about him, that, he's trying to break away from the image of only the action hero. This is a very different thing for him because this film does not really show him in like a Commando type action space. It's a very, very, it's a human story. It's definitely going to show his acting prowess, and I think he's worked very hard for this film. The locations that we were shooting were not easy, and he was literally like in each and every scene, in every, like literally in every shot. So there was a lot of work that he did put in. What is really wonderful about Vidyut is that he makes his actresses look good, and I absolutely love that about him, because even if you see any of the Commando franchisees, he's made his girls look really good, and he always says, he's like my girls need to look powerful, girls need to look sexy, it's really nice that there is an actor who looks out for his female his female counterparts and wants them to really like stand out and look good. And he always, after every scene, like he'll always have a compliment for you, which I think is like I mean, I'm standing like somewhere and I'm in the middle of a scene and I'll finish the scene, and I'm obviously I because I was really like paying attention to my Arabic all the time. So he would like always have some compliment, and I was like, okay, this is great. So he's very and when I was doing my action sequences, I remember the day I was performing my sequence, he came on set and he was watching me, and he was like, just be careful, हाँ लड़के जब एक्शन सुनते ना थोड़े पागल हो जाते हैं, तो अगर इसने तुझे धरा ना तो तू भी एक लगा देना. It was funny, but I was like, okay, I hope that boy doesn't hit me,
So I'm sure you people had a gala time shooting the film, I believe.
Yeah, we had a blast. I think the whole set was very young. It was a very young energy.
Yeah.
But it was like, another thing, like I'd like to include like my action director, Andy Long. Literally like around 30 or something, and he's Vietnamese and he works a lot with Vidyut. And he choreographed most of our action sequences, and he became a very good friend because Andy, along with his entire crew, there were about 6-7 of them. And it was so wonderful because with Andy, like I didn't feel like I was talking to like a very senior, action director, and he's younger than me, and but he comes with so much wisdom. You automatically, like I was very nervous the day I was shooting with the first time I met Andy. I was just like, oh my god, like he's worked with Jackie Chan. Oh my god, I don't know what to think of me,
Right.
But what Andy beautifully managed to do was, he would invite all of us post our shoot on, we had a foyer where we were shooting in Khiva in the hotel, and it was really cold, but he used to invite all of us to the foyer, and he used to be like, whoever's free, anybody, It may not only be actors, it could be anybody from the technical team, from the direction team, or anyone from production as well. If you're going to, you all can join in this workout that we all do. Like, it was a community workout we would all do post our shoot, and everybody would join in, and it just became like a batch of students, and it was just really fun to do it. And I think it's such a good ice breaking that he managed to do for all of us during this shoot. And it, on the day of the final, like when he did the choreography and everything, I just didn't feel like, I never felt like I was not part of the action team. I literally felt like I was one amongst them. Part of that,
yeah.
I think that was really nicely done by Andy, and I really sincerely hope I get to work with him again, because this was really one of the most fantastic experiences of my life.